from the birth of the nation, George Washington led the newly independent United States as its first president, serving to terms from 1789 to 1797. He was followed by John Adams, whose leadership spanned from 1797 to 1801. The young nation then looked to Thomas Jefferson, who expanded its horizons through the Louisiana Purchase during his tenure from 1801 to 1809. Jefferson was succeeded by James Madison, whose presidency from 1809 to 1817 was marked by the War of 1812, and then by James Monroe, who served from 1817 to 1825, best known for the Monroe Doctrine. John Quincy Adams, son of the second president, took the helm from 1825 to 1829, followed by the fiery Andrew Jackson, whose presidency from 1829 to 1837 was known for his populist approach and the infamous Trail of Tears. Martin Van Buren continued the Jacksonian policies from 1837 to 1841, but the short presidency of William Henry Harrison in 1841 was cut tragically short by his death just a month after taking office. John Tyler then took over, serving from 1841 to 1845, followed by James K. Polk, who expanded the nation's territory from 1845 to 1849. Zachary Taylor's presidency from 1849 to 1850 ended abruptly with his death, and Millard Fillmore completed his term until 1853. Franklin Pierce served from 1853 to 1857, struggling to maintain national unity, while James Buchanan's presidency from 1857 to 1861 led directly into the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln, from 1861 to 1865, preserved the Union and abolished slavery, though his life was cut short by assassination. Andrew Johnson, from 1865 to 1869, navigated the difficult Reconstruction era, followed by Ulysses S. Grant, the Civil War hero who served from 1869 to 1877. Rutherford B. Hayes' contested election in 1877 led to his presidency until 1881, succeeded by James A. Garfield, whose time in office was tragically brief due to assassination in 1881. Chester A. Arthur then assumed the presidency until 1885. Grover Cleveland served as the 22nd president from 1885 to 1889 and returned as the 24th from 1893 to 1897. With Benjamin Harrison's presidency in between from 1889 to 1893, William McKinley led the nation into a new century from 1897 until his assassination in 1901, at which point Theodore Roosevelt, one of the most dynamic figures in American history, took over until 1909. William Howard Taft, the only president to later serve as Chief Justice, led from 1909 to 1913, followed by Woodrow Wilson, who guided the country through World War I from 1913 to 1921. Warren G. Harding's presidency was short-lived from 1921 to 1923, giving way to Calvin Coolidge, who served until 1929. Herbert Hoover's presidency 1929 to 1933 was marked by the Great Depression, leading to Franklin D. Roosevelt's unprecedented for terms from 1933 to 1945, guiding the nation through both the Depression and World War II. Harry S. Truman took the reins from 1945 to 1953, making the fateful decision to end World War II with atomic bombs. Dwight D. Eisenhower then served from 1953 to 1961, overseeing a period of post-war prosperity. The youthful John F. Kennedy's presidency from 1961 to 1963 ended in tragedy with his assassination. Lyndon B. Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, served until 1969, enacting significant civil rights legislation. Richard Nixon's presidency from 1969 to 1974 ended with his resignation amid the Watergate scandal, leading to Gerald Ford's brief tenure until 1977. Jimmy Carter's presidency from 1977 to 1981 focused on human rights, followed by Ronald Reagan, who served from 1981 to 1989, leaving a lasting legacy in American politics. George H.W. Bush then served from 1989 to 1993, overseeing the end of the Cold War. Bill Clinton's presidency from 1993 to 2001 brought economic prosperity and political controversy, succeeded by George W. Bush, who served from 2001 to 2009 and led the nation through the tumultuous events of 9/11 and the ensuing wars. Barack Obama, the first African-American president, served from 2009 to 2017, bringing change to the nation with healthcare reform and more. Donald Trump followed from 2017 to 2021, with a presidency marked by its polarizing style and policies. Joe Biden took office in 2021, but his tenure was cut short by his recent resignation. Now, as Kamala Harris steps in as the first female and first woman of color to assume the role, both she and Donald Trump are running their campaigns for the upcoming election, each vying to shape the nation's future. Who do you think will be the next leader to shape America's future? Share your thoughts in the comments below.